Welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. I am DJ Impact, and sorry, my eyes is actually looking. I'm literally doing last minute second prep for myself. So I wanted to, when we get to the WTF, I want to make sure I got the right city name that I got to talk shit about. And it just came up on my screen. So anyway, welcome everybody to another episode where we're going to do a little wrestling talk. And if you're watching us live, feel free to throw the comments in your comment section of Facebook Live, Twitch, or YouTube. And if you just downloaded the podcast, listening to it, thank you for doing just that. All right. It's good to see. We got the whole clan. Matt Michaels is back. He's like here, not here, here, not here, here, not here, but he's here now.
Okay, slippers.
Hey, but I found him. So
yeah, you also just called us the clan, so
I know, man. I ain't wearing no sheets, bro.
Thankfully, you said that shit, not me.
I'm from Louisiana. Nah, bro. I'll pass.
All right.
You mean like Wu-Tang Clan, right?
There you go.
Yeah. That works.
I got you.
Let's start off with our four-way stop. Highlights of the week. Sin City Steve, what is it about?
So this week was all about the wind-up, setting the stage for AEW Full Gear. And that's exactly what they did in both shows that AEW put on this week. I have to say, MJF, as we already know, is just on another level when it comes to his mic work, his promos. And he cut a promo this week while on the Pardon My Take podcast. And quite frankly, if I wasn't eager for the Full Gear main event, I sure as hell would be after that promo. Likewise, his opponent, Jon Moxley, also had a very solid in-ring promo. Mm-hmm. Now, I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I still say William Regal will cost Jon Moxley the title and will end up managing MJF by the time it's all said and done. Go back and watch the two promos, especially that Moxley promo. The cinematography with Regal in the background as Moxley was talking was extremely subtle, yet very telling. Elsewhere, Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara had a great 2 out of 3 falls match on Dynamite. The right guy won. Danielson made Guevara tap to the label lock. Jericho, Danielson, Claudio, Sammy could very well steal the show at AEW Full Gear. And lastly, that AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament is off and running. You had Ethan Page beating Eddie Kingston. Bandito beat Roosh. And those two are going to face off in the next round. Brian Cage, finally, we've been clamoring for him to be on AEW TV. He's been on AEW TV the last month. And it's great to have him on TV on a consistent basis. He beat Dante Martin. Lance Archer, Ricky Starks got postponed to this week. Starks should win this week over Archer and going against Cage. Sign me the fuck up for that shit.
Wow. Okay. Simon Street, what you got, man?
Oh, man, definitely this week. One thing I will nod towards is Soraya's promo that she had with Britt Baker. She was saying some shit to where she was pulling some shit out of real reality, talking about she'd been humiliated, everything. And then obviously at the end, she pontificated by saying, and I'm clear, even showing on her social media the actual written doctor's letter. So kudos to her. She's going to go up against Britt Baker in Full Gear. I'm actually going to try and watch that one. So that actually got me kind of stoked. Going to echo some of the sentiments that, I'm not going to, but what Sin City was saying, I'm like, yeah, it's looking pretty damn good. Outside of that in WWE Universe, definitely some highlights. 24/7 championship. Nikki Cross defeats the shit out of Dana Brooke. And wouldn't you know it, the crazy bitch throws it in the garbage can. So I think that's the end of the 24/7 championship. Hopefully it stays gone forever. Dumb championship. Probably only thing that good that happened to that was R-Truth. Outside of that, man, everybody taking a chance to, have a little bit of a bong over in Raw. Matt Riddle, New Day, and the Usos. That was a cool little segment that went on right there. Everybody getting a pass. And, of course, going on into SmackDown, man, freaking phenomenal match. Freaking, Usos, New Day.
Mhm.
Usos go over to be the longest reigning champs. I mean, obviously, unless somebody's gonna, hit them on a match while we're doing this show, they pretty much got it. Outside of that, some cool stuff too was NXT. Nikia Lyons got her ass turned on by by Zoe Starks, and it is what it is. We did see it coming, and now it came. Some other things that I would say that was really, really cool. Definitely Miz and Johnny Gargano match. Actually, I felt was a really good match. Maybe a highlight of Raw.
No doubt. All right. Matt Michaels.
Gotta give it up for Grimes and Gacy on NXT. Gacy's really kind of growing with the in-ring style, and Grimes, it looks like potentially some Uncle Dave dude is claiming that Grimes is going to get the call up to the main roster. So we'll see if that happens. JC Jane on the phone with Mandy. What a fucking great segment. JC Jane has ahead of the championship match between Mandy and Alba, has now said she's going to press charges for assault against Alba Fire because the dumb bitch had it all on video. Brilliant, right? Oh yeah, the whole thing's on video. Why the fuck wouldn't she press charges?
Right.
And the segments on NXT, that stuff has been great. Briggs and Jensen and Fallon with Kiana James coming in and trying to buy the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking good shit. Waller Effect, one of the best fucking talk shows that wrestling has had, period. Fucking great. Everything about that. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, great match. Nakamura and Escobar on SmackDown was amazing. And how great is it that Shayna and Ronda now seem to be having the get together of a couple of these horsewomen. So we'll see what happens. Pretty fucking, you know what? Put the tag titles on those two if you want to make those legit.
Okay. All right. Well, good, man. I'll try not to go over everything that was pretty much said, but I mean, there are some things you just can't ignore. And the Shinsuke Santos Escobar match was definitely a favorite of mine. Man, it's just, you just didn't, I really didn't know how. I thought Santos had to come out on top, but it was just a tough match. It could have went either way. And that's a match I could just continue to watch them. I can enjoy a much bigger match, a build onto that, because that was really good. I will tell you this. I thought was funny. Both EO and Asuka doing their promo Japanese. Okay.
Bitch.
I love that. That was pretty awesome. Something that a little different there. Also, have to mention the Waller effect, man. How can you not like that? That is absolutely brilliant when it comes to that. Man, so we got Mia Yim finally showed up, with the OC to take care of their Rhea problem. So I thought
it was Keith Lee at first.
If Keith Lee could fit into what she was wearing, then my goodness.
I'm sure H is like, Keith, how much more long you got on that contract?
2.5 years. Good luck.
And I also want to shout out, we got finally Sarah Logan, right? She also, I thought, was really cool. Maybe this whole Viking experience, Viking Raiders, the Viking guys, they're looking to be something of a wrecking crew. Maybe they're finally going to be acknowledged. You know what I'm saying?
Rejects.
It's like version 5.0 now?
Yeah.
The extra violent Viking Raiders.
That's what they did the last time, just like fucking 6 months or 8 months ago.
This is the real time. This is it, though. This is the real one right here. Yep.
Just call them the Viking Raiders, bringers of Ragnarok.
Just because Sarah Logan puts fucking black makeup on her fingertips, then all of a sudden these guys are fucking badass.
Oh, well, we'll have to see. All right, Too Sweet for the week. All right, Simon Street, what you got?
Well, kind of echo a little bit what was mentioned a little bit earlier, man. Too Sweet for the week. Wouldn't have thought the turnaround from when we did our 3 count last week, and I brought up that, you know, me and Em would be coming back in. I didn't think it was going to be that quick, but shit, all right, I'll take it.
Right.
Definitely good to see her back in the fold at WWE. I feel that, you know, her presence was good, but she's going to learn a lesson having to pay for drinks that night because, you know, as AJ Styles said, drinking tolerance is a problem. But other than that, I think it was really cool. One thing that I did think was Too Sweet for the week within that same segment is something I talked about before, that interaction between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Like that, definitely foreshadowing for what's in the future to hold. You know, another thing that I will say that is pretty interesting gearing up for pretty much Survivor Series War Games is a lot of these stables mounting up. You know, obviously on SmackDown, we revealed the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre pretty much. You know, it's pretty interesting. You know, you have the women, you know, Bianca Belair, you know, what's her name? My brain just farted just now. Bianca Belair, Asuka, and freaking the little girl. Man, I'm going crazy today. But anyways, they're going against Damage Control. You know, you're seeing things mount up, plus the crazy little bitch. So I'm wondering who is going to be the next potential girl. So these things coming up. That's why I said Too Sweet for the week, because we're just getting double doses every week as we draw closer to Survivor Series.
And apparently those are going to be 5-person teams.
Wow, so, 5-person.
Yep.
Nice. All right, let me jump over to you, Matt Michaels. What you got?
You know what? Let's jump back to last week. Gunther versus Ray. That was fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. Also, Bailey and Bianca and Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns and Cross and McIntyre. All that Saudi stuff that some of you guys don't partake in. You missed some good shit. Zoe's heel turn finally.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Finally,
we get to see Zoe Stark become a heel.
Yes.
Not a lot of heel history for Zoe. You go back to her being on the Independents. Not a lot of experience. So this is going to be something that's going to be interesting. Plus, you'll see what was really crazy was the fact that the fans were fucking chanting for her when the turn happened. So here she's supposed to be the heel against Nikita, who obviously is a fan favorite, and yet the fans gave her the heel cheer. Mm-hmm. So it could be very interesting. But by far the greatest thing this week was that Usos New Day match. You know, that's it. If you want to learn how to do tag team wrestling, watch that shit. Period. You don't need to flippity flu of the fucking Lucha Brothers. Lucha Brothers, you can't see their fucking faces. They fucking all they do is just go in circles. Watch that. That was a story, and that was fucking amazing.
All right. Let me jump over now and Too Sweet. And yeah, let me just follow up on, well, okay, I'll jump back to that. Let me just first mention the semi-final round for Impact Wrestling's the vacated Impact X Division Championship. They had a match, Trey Miguel versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Come on now. When you get those two together, you know you're not allowed to blink when these guys are in the ring because you're going to miss several moves. And that's pretty much, I had to kind of several times rewind and go, wait, what just happened? How did he? Okay. That's pretty dope. So that was a great match. Now, Kenny King got involved in that match. Attacked Trey Miguel, which caused Speedball to not advance in this tournament. So Trey will, I don't know if he really wants that heat from Speedball, but apparently, something's going to eventually happen now that he done jacked that up. But shout out, that was one of the highlights of the two suites for Impact. And of course, they're still doing their Vegas tapings. All right. They got one more week, actually this week coming up. And then they'll be heading to the pay-per-view, I think in Louisville or something. Yes, Usos and New Day, hands down, too sweet. I'm actually going to talk. I don't want to get it started now. It's a 3-count topic. I want to mention something in there that might cause a little bit of a discussion. And so I'm going to save it. I'm going to tease it. If you're watching this live, make sure you jump on. If you download the podcast, make sure you download it on Tuesday, because I want to say something about this. And I don't think I'm going to have everybody agreeing on it. But in terms of the match, it was fire. It's no other match that can meet the two sweet for the week. So, boom. Sin City Steve, how about you?
So here's the thing: is I know the regular rotation that we always go through. You always start the show off by throwing it to me. I'm always resistant to mention WWE stuff when I talk about the 4-way stop, because I know that I'm the resident AEW guy. Quite frankly, I wanted to wait until this segment to mention the New Day versus Usos match. The more things change, the more they stay the same. New Day versus Usos for the 1,955th time. And it was great, just like every other match that they've had. Congratulations to the Usos on becoming the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history. Even if it, is predetermined, even if the results are out there, whatever, it somebody books it, get it. That's fine. But it doesn't really give it all of the shine that it deserves when you put it into that perspective. For these guys to hold those titles for as long as they have, and I know that there are rumors of injury and things like that. It's really special to see these guys from where they were when they won those titles to now, and how far they've come. So they definitely get my main two sweet for the week. Elsewhere, let's call it what it is. Samoa Joe turned on Wardlow this week. Thankfully, they finally picked up on the fact that team just did not fucking work. I think it'll actually be better for both guys involved. And, let Joe run crazy, destroy job guys up until Wardlow gets his signature win on Joe. And then last but not least, that Saraya, and Britt Baker promo. So much better than Saraya's previous in-ring promos. Britt is the closest thing to a star that AEW has in their women's division. Just yet another great talking segment on that show.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Let's move right into our WTF. So my biggest criticism, someone shut that dog up. I'm just messing with her. I like dogs. I do. Don't hit the dog, Michael. All right. I don't want PETA trying to get a hold of Vegas Bad Boys of podcasting. Okay, anyway, let me knock this one off first. Listen, they were, and this is what I was doing at the beginning of the show, find out what town was Raw in. And it was, how you say it, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Is that how you say it? Whatever.
Bored-ass motherfucking Pennsylvania.
It's not like as if they even knew how to say it, so it doesn't matter.
The worst. Fuck, it's WWE. Don't never go there again. They kick it off with, I think, one of the best promos you can get leading up to what we have Friday. You have the Usos and you got New Day throwing out there. I mean, New Day saying, look, we didn't have it the way you did, being in this family and just walking right into this position. We had to come out being 3 preachers preaching positivity. We had to crawl our way to this top. The promos was on fire and everyone was just kind of, it was dead. Even to
they
the
were
point,
told CM Punk was going to be there. So.
I mean, even at one point, Corey Graves had even mentioned. He said, yeah, there was. He said, he said, Mohegan Sun Arena just woke up, and this was finally, I guess, getting close to the end of the Riddle match. But it's like, guys, I don't know. It just wasn't a good look, for a great promo to just get no reaction. But you know what? The guys are just superstars because they didn't fade. They didn't let none of that fade. They let all of that emotion still out on the camera, still in the mic, and it still came through, and they did an excellent job. But that was definitely my WTF of the week. Let me go over to you, Simon Street. What was yours?
Well, just to kind of bounce off of you a little bit, that's why JBL said they had snowflake hands, because that's kind of shit that they operate out there. So you should have listened to JBL.
Yeah,
and knew he basically confirmed what you was talking about.
Right.
Outside of that, my what the fuck is if you had watched SmackDown, which I'm sure all of us did, there was a spot with the 6-woman match where there was a spot. Now here's the thing. Most people would be like, "Oh man, freaking Liv Morgan botched that table. Supposed to jump off from there." And okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna say what the F, because it's like, look, at the end of the day, I get it. All right, botches happen, but it wasn't technically a botch. It was just a miscommunication. It looked like Liv was supposed to jump into Raquel, and Raquel was supposed to fall backwards into the table. This shit happens all the time in wrestling, so I don't see why everybody in the world was so freaking ecstatically happy to go on the almost ever dying platform of Twitter and other social media platforms and freaking go fucking crazy. Look, I'm not a huge fan of Liv Morgan. I'm not huge on her, but at the end of the day, it's like, man, are we really out for blood for this poor woman? Like she can't even catch a break. I don't know. I wasn't a big freaking deal, right? It wasn't the end of a match. I could see if it was the end of a match and she missed that spot, right? Okay, and it messed up the flow of the match, but it didn't. It was just a spot of 4 or 5 spots. So that was my what the hell for the match. Another one was NXT, Elektra Lopez and Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca can't get a good match for her NXT career to save her life. The last 2 have been abysmally just. But I like the way she looks, and just like Booker said, she just needs a couple more repetitions. A couple more reps.
All right, good stuff, man. Sin City Steve, man, how about you?
I'm just going to put this out there right now. Orange Cassidy versus Lee Johnson should not be main eventing any episode of TV, period. No offense to either of those guys, but they haven't been positioned as consistent main eventers, so why should anyone give a fuck?
Right.
Then, once we get to the match itself, it's overbooked with all sorts of outside interference, and it was just another throwaway match. Fuck it. Also, the FTW title is still a thing? Really? We had a backstage promo on Rampage with Lee Moriarty, and also he had Stokely with him, and they challenged any title holder in AEW. Of course, into the frame walks Hook with the FTW title on his shoulder, eating chips. Great. Fucking great. Get the fuck out of here. Also, the Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill stolen TBS title feud will thankfully, hopefully, be ending at Full Gear. My God. In case you've been living under a rock or whatever, Nyla Rose stole the TBS title belt and has been defending it on AEW TV.
How's that possible?
I don't know anymore, man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can see that they were at least trying something here, but it was a colossal failure. We need to do something better.
The problem, Steve, is that they didn't have Nyla lose the belt.
Right. Exactly. They should have had one of these job girls. Like, hell, fuck it. Have Kayla Sparks, who she squashed this week, have Kayla Sparks roll her up and win the title this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been a great swerve.
Very entertaining.
Yep.
Wow. All right. Matt Michaels, what you got?
All right. So Eddie Kingston, I'm watching this and I'm going, he is the worst fucking wrestler alive right now. And then Tony Schiavone, right after I'm fucking typing this, Schiavone actually says, and he's really technically sound. I'm like, motherfucker. It's just fucking unbelievable.
Come on, Eddie Kingston represents all of those uncles in the 40 demographic that never got a wrestling career and decided later in life to still keep doing it.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
then
an
they
uncle.
got-
You ready?
and then
It
they got-
works.
And then they got recalled technically sound by the fucking commentary team. Fucking stupid. The Paige in her list of stuff, she did not include make a sex tape on her list of how to make it. She should have, because pretty much that's the most thing she's famous for.
Mm.
You know.
Wow.
The only good thing I've ever heard said on AEW was said by Excalibur this week, and that were the words, "And Britt Baker is going down." That's it. That's the only thing I've ever liked in AEW. So congratulations for that. Holy shit, Hangman Page looks old as fuck, dressed in all black and holding a guitar. I'll tell you, it's unbelievable how much that guy's aged. Mox is, sorry, Steve, the most boring fucking promo in the business. Holy God. You just fucking watching fucking paint dry with he talks about that fucking, God, I hate him.
Mox?
God, yeah. AEW, man, y'all turn the lights off on the crowd so no one can see your fucking crowd. If you watch SmackDown and you finish watching SmackDown on Friday and then you turn over to Rampage, you see the immediate difference. It's unfucking believable. So I don't know, man. AEW just kind of racking up the WTFs.
I swear at this point we should just only have me and Sin City have the what the F. Impact, you can have that segment. We'll just call Michael's portion what the F AEW.
Yeah, that's all that he ever references.
Yeah,
Is
just
the
call
negative
that.
stuff with AEW. So
That's your special segment, okay? We're gonna take one away and give you that just for you.
All right. Here we go. What are we looking out for? All right. Let me go to you, Sin City, man. What you looking out for?
Honestly, next week, and I'm bumping this up to the top of it just because I know that Matt Michaels just talked shit about him, so I'm even more looking forward to it now. I want to see Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus Jun Akiyama and Konosuke Takeshita. Holy fuck. I know, Michaels. I know. I don't expect you to know anything outside of WW fucking E. Okay? That's cool. But the rest of us that actually watch wrestling, we do. Awesome. Anyway, yeah, it has the makings of being one hell of a match because all four of those guys will beat the shit out of each other. It's a certifiable dream match for a chunk of the AEW audience in that Jun Akiyama and Eddie Kingston are two of the hardest hitting guys in the business. And, you know, Eddie Kingston specifically asked for that match. So that's going to be at least pretty cool to see. Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks in the finals of the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Even if it doesn't end up being that way, that's what I want, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Elsewhere, I'm genuinely curious as to how Saraya will look in the ring in terms of her in-ring work. She's had quite the journey back to the ring as detailed in her promo. And I'm sure she's been working and training in preparation of the match. At least I fucking hope so. It could go one of two ways. It could be very good. It could be very, very bad.
Way to be this precise. It's either going to be very good or very bad.
It all depends. It all depends on the training. You know, if she comes in and she's still got all sorts of ring rust and her timing's off, then yeah, it's going to be fucking abysmal. But if she has been training and if everything's good, then yeah, I think that she and Britt could have a great match.
Britt's going to get hurt again. Let's face it. I mean, you're right. If the timing's off, Britt is going to fucking get her nose broke or something again. And that's going to be it. There's your match.
Well, with that, Michaels, what you got, man? What you looking out for?
Britt Baker's nose busting.
I thought that was going to be it.
I myself am interested to see what is going to happen with Soruka, because she has everything, right? She has
does.
the total package, but she is greener than fucking goose shit. I'm also very much looking forward to Cody Rhodes tagging with Vaughn, because Von Wagner has the exact same lisp, which was very evident watching the Waller effect. For the first time, I noticed, like, holy shit, like the exact same. So Dusty might have gotten with Vaughn's mama baby there sometime. And very intrigued on seeing who will fill out the War Games teams, because obviously the bow line is going to have Sammy, but that leaves one person open for that team with the drunken Irish dudes and the Scottish dude, and I don't know, some English dude. They drink, so
No, I just have Eddie Kingston come over to WWE, get drunk, start punching people. That worked perfect.
well,
Fight night.
Mia Yim just put on a wife beater, and she looked just like Eddie Kingston there. Just saying, I was very surprised to see Mia Yim just full fill out that hoodie. It was kind of a surprise that it was her.
Camera angle, man.
Camera angle. It's definitely a camera angle.
I'm sorry, you're Keith Lee's wife. You know you're eating a lot of shit.
Okay, let me jump in there then. Absolutely, War Games, man. You gotta look forward to it. It's going to be some pretty good teams. All going against each other. Like, nor was it 5? It's guaranteed to be 5-on-5. It's going to be good shit then, right? And especially seeing what we saw with the Bloodline and the Brawling Brutes. Sign me up for that. Let me see it. Let me see that. All right. Another thing I'm interested in. Did I see LA Knight and Bray Wyatt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let me see where that goes. I like that right there. I really do enjoy how the Bray little video thing messes up on the TVs, and I love when I see that, and it's I guess every time he's nearby, that just goes off, right? That's kind of the thing. I mean,
we're starting to learn. It
yeah,
looks like that might be a thing. So
yeah. So that's pretty cool. I'm with it. And then Josh Alexander, Frankie Kazarian, that's coming up this weekend. They have Impact's got their
who does Kazarian work for?
AEW.
So
Okay.
my
He's been there
guess,
since the start. I think he was one of the first people that signed.
Yep.
Like when they started saying it's all elite, he was like the 4th person they announced.
so Overdrive is going to be this weekend, and I'm believing that my boy Josh Alexander will still be holding that Impact title. So definitely looking forward to that.
Bet.
Yeah, take these AEW guys down. Oh man. All right. Who else we got here? Simon Street. How about you, man? What you looking at?
I'm definitely looking forward to Bobby Lashley. What the hell is he going to be doing? He was just an angry son of a bitch the whole freaking Raw. I mean, man, he obviously jet lagged and made a motherfucker angry because he decided to take everything out. Took the boys a little money in the bank lunch pail away from him. Could he successfully cash that shit in? Poor little boy. He gonna learn. So I'm looking forward to seeing that develop, as we get forward. I'm sure something's gonna happen. Seth freaking Rollins, my goodness. That was can he do no wrong? even dyeing his hair to look crazy. Like, he can't do no wrong. Another thing I'm looking forward to, and most people probably not, is NXT. That vignette from T-Bar. That was interesting. I ain't gonna lie, a little borderline, kind of almost was kind of like a carrying cross type of thing. But hey, I dig it. He had the whole mask kind of burning and everything. T-Bar. I hope his name's not T-Bar. I hope it's just he goes back to, what was his name?
Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah, Dijakovic. Yeah, I hope he goes back to that because that T-Bar shit is just, I don't know, it just sounds like a T-top. Another thing that I'm looking forward to too, interesting enough, I don't even really watch NWA, but I've been watching a little bit because of a little controversy they have. And wouldn't you know it, Tyrus, somebody better call his mama. He's actually the new world heavyweight champion. And guess what? I thought maybe I would give a shit. I still don't give a shit. But it's really cool that NWA is doing shit. I hope he hears too and has words with me. I'd love to have a conversation with him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out. And then last but not least, man, just Survivor Series. Prove me wrong, WWE. Prove me wrong. What is the purpose of Survivor Series? What the fuck do they win? What do they win? I just want to know.
Bragging rights.
Please.
Hey, that's an old pay-per-view.
Apparently.
All right. Best in show. All right. For me, SmackDown. I mean, you start off with a hype match, and then we even got a chance to see this World Cup, apparently. The World Cup, which is great because it's going in line with all the other World Cups that's on Fox.
Well, there's only one other World Cup. That's kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so it was a good match there, and then good matches there because we got a chance to see Jinder Mahal too. So come on, can't go wrong when you see Jinder Mahal. All right,
you can't go wrong when you see Jinder Mahal.
The modern day Maharaja.
That's right. Don't forget that. So yeah, for me, definitely SmackDown. I thought overall it was just a fun show. It started off hype. Then you had Shinsuke and Santos, and I don't know about the 6-pack challenge. You know, I have a whole theory on that, but whatever. But that's mine. Let me move over to. How about you, Sid City? What was your best of show this week?
AEW Dynamite. And yeah, I already talked about all the reasons why, and I will yield back my time.
You know, while you're yielding back your time, let me do a quick shout out also to on Impact Wrestling. I got a chance to see G Sharp on there. He had a match, and I don't get to see. I mean, it was good to see, you know, Gregory do his thing because I don't see him on TV, like ever. I'm sure he's probably done something before. Probably has he been on like Dark or something? Maybe. Nothing.
Not much. He's done a little bit for AEW when they were in town.
Okay.
With Double or Nothing, but I think it was one match. I think.
Yeah. He was on Elevation or Dark, one of the two YouTube shows.
Well, he was literally on TV. Had a match against Bhupinder, and it was a good match. But it was good to see him. So I just wanted to shout him out for that. All right, Simon Street. What was your best in show?
Definitely would have been SmackDown. I just felt like, you know, as a show, they just kind of utilized momentum that they had coming in from, Crown Jewel, kept things constant, seemed like fresh. Unlike other tournaments or competitions, you know, World Cup seems very interesting because you actually win something if you actually win that. So it's pretty interesting. Brought in some different people, like you said, Jinder Mahal. Before he got monster bombed through the damn floor. Thank you for attending. So I would say just overall, and without Sami Zayn, which we've heard from the last week wanting to hear Sami, or wanting to see Sami. So kudos to them for being able to utilize it. So SmackDown 100%. And I yield the time to Matt Michaels because he needs extra minutes to talk about AEW.
Matt Michaels, what you got, man?
My favorite show was AEW Dark. It was just incredible. I like the one dude.
So you like the good show on Monday. I gotcha.
Oh yeah. No. I love the dude from North Carolina wrestling the guy from Puerto Rico. That was fucking fabulous. Yeah, SmackDown is also I think there's enough been said, but the true winner is Chris Jericho being in Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 was a film that shouldn't have made any money and is now over $10 million strong. And Jericho got his little thing after the credits. You get a
How do you mean that?
Little
teaser
thing?
setting up the next film potentially, and Jericho is ironically enough I guess like a registered nurse at or whatever they would be called at a nut house at an insane asylum.
Oh, boy.
So-
So basically,
All right, I gotta go
Mental health technician.
mental health technician, yeah,
called.
a nut house worker,
Orderly.
yeah, orderly. There we go. That
There
would
you
be, and I would assume that he just drew on his experience being in AEW to know what it's like to be part of an insane asylum. So good for you, Jericho. Good for you.
Oh my God. All right. Good stuff.
It's a good thing we yielded our time.
That is wrestling talk. We're getting ready to jump into our recording for 3 count. So if you are watching us live, make sure you jump on because we got our topics. You see them below, and we got some talking to do. So we want you on so you can throw your comments in as well. And if you download the podcast, make sure you download Tuesday's episode. But other than that, this is Wrestling Talk. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll do it again next week. So happy wrestling to you.